Okay, I haven't really gotten around to playing this game yet, but don't worry, I plan on as soon as I get enough money. But the game I'm talking about, XCOM Enemy Unknown. And there's a reason why I'm making this video, even though I haven't played the game yet. And it's nothing to really do with the video, but as you know, this game was recently ported to iOS. And I don't have anything against iOS in general, or, low end tactical strategy like games. I mean, look to Star Command, which I mean, even though the graphics are, well, pretty blocky, it's actually a great game for iOS, and I recommend it to anybody. And in fact, with an Mac and PC version of this game coming out shortly, as I understand, it's a must have. And yes, I'm well aware that it was a failed Kickstarter program and a lot of features were apparently taken out. And it's a short campaign and it doesn't really have any real replayability, but it was really a fun game. But going back to what I was saying, I was watching this review on the internet by, well, Adam Sessler, as you can see, on Rev3 Games, and basically they were reviewing XCOM Enemy Unknown for iOS. And I noticed a very, very big problem that was sticking out like a sore thumb, even though uh, in the review, Adam Sessler seemed to want to ignore or just pretend that it wasn't there. And that was the simple fact. I mean, yes, it's a direct port from the console and PC version on iOS, but the graphics were terrible. And I really mean it was terrible. Unlike these graphics, this is the PC version that I got from the same review for the PS3, 360, and yeah, well, and as you can see, the graphics were really good until you get to, well, this version. And as you can see, there is a big, huge graphical downgrade. And I mean, it's just seriously bad. The background sky is gone, cars look blocky. I have absolutely no idea what kind of. I mean, it basically looks like PlayStation 1 graphics, or somewhere between PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. And that's just not a good thing, in my honest opinion. But that's not the weird part about this, and the main reason why I made this video. Rev 3 took the original video down, and I'm not joking. I had to go get this through a different source this for this video. And as far as I can tell, Adam Sessler and just about a lot of people, including, one Michael Patcher, who gets up there and says that these mobile devices are going to be very soon capable of the same type of graphics as, the PC and the 360 and the consoles. And I'm looking at this port from XCOM, and it's just fucking bad. I mean, so much is missing, and you just wonder how the fuck can they just get up there and say that this is just great. Maybe the controls are really good and fun, and that's all, but I'm not seeing this so-called graphical leap to where mobile handheld devices are going to have the same type of graphics compared to current and even next gen consoles as of yet. I just don't see it. Hell, I mean, look at the Ouya. Their graphics are just extremely fucking terrible. But, and yeah, Stessler bashed the shit out of that one too. I mean, if it has a consoles and controllers on it, it's it's gonna be. I mean, and apparently, it's going to be terrible compared to these handheld mobile devices. And I find this confusing and trying to understand why they seem to think that this is the future of gaming consoles. I It just doesn't hit me, especially with certain problems coming up. I'm not going to bring it up because it just makes a lot of people just yell and scream a bunch of bullshit at each other. But let's just say it's a certain law. But I just don't see how these handheld mobile devices like iOS devices, all of them, and Android are going to take over the entire fucking console market and put them all out of business. When, I'm looking at PlayStation 1 graphics right now from a game that had better graphics. And they're saying, oh, but it has, you know, the Unreal Engine, and it works really well on iOS. Yeah, for Lego blocks. I mean, it's almost right up there in Lego blocks level. I mean, it might as well just be Minecraft. And it's not like Sessler's go-to guy, Michael Patcher, of course. Y- the guy who says that mobile devices are going to take over the entire console, and I guess now Adam Sessler wants to follow this. It's not like, Michael Patrick gets all of his information wrong, like, recently.
The Wii U is a Nintendo-only gaming device, which is the way they were back with the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1985.
You do know that when Nintendo Entertainment System first came out, they had, for that generation, they had more third party games than most other consoles did. In fact, Nintendo Entertainment System for that generation had the most highest third party games than anyone else for that generation in 1985. Wow. Just wow. My brain exploded hearing that stupidity.